Good morning, my friend. Today, I want you to take a deep breath and imagine a life where you don't wake up worrying about bills, debts, or tomorrow's expenses. A life where you can choose what to do with your time. Not because you're lucky, but because you built that freedom with your own two hands and a disciplined mind. This is what we call true wealth. And today, I'll share with you how to build it. Not through quick shortcuts, but through wisdom, patience, and a mindset that lasts a lifetime. You see, real financial freedom doesn't begin in your wallet. It begins in your mind. The rich and successful think differently. When problems come, they don't say, "I can't do it." They ask, "How can I make it happen?" Wealthy people don't see lack. They see possibility. They don't wait for miracles. They create them through discipline and belief. Even the Bible says, "As a man thinketh in his heart, so is he." That means if you think like a victim, you'll live like one. But if you think like a creator, if you believe that you can design your future, then you'll start to see opportunities that were always around you. I remember a man named Samuel. He used to sell fruits in the market, earning just enough to survive. Every night he'd tell himself, "Maybe this is all life has for me." But one day, an old friend told him, "You're not poor because you sell fruits. You're poor because you stopped believing you can grow." Those words changed him. He started saving a few coins each day, reading about business, and slowly building a small delivery service. Years later, Samuel now owns multiple stalls and helps others do the same. He didn't win the lottery, he simply changed how he thought. That's the first secret. Wealth starts inside before it shows outside. But let's be honest, many people are trapped in what I call the poverty mentality. It's not their fault. It's what they've been taught. Maybe they grew up hearing, "Money doesn't grow on trees," or "Rich people are greedy." And so they associate money with guilt or fear. But here's the truth. Money is not evil. It's a tool. It depends on how you use it. If you use it to serve others, to build, to grow, it becomes a blessing. But if you let it control you, that's when it destroys. The key is to master it, not worship it. If you want to break free from poverty, you have to stop repeating the language of limitation. Don't say, "I'm broke." Say, "I'm in a stage of building." Don't say, "I'll never be rich." Say, "I'm learning how to manage wealth." Words have power. They shape your emotions, and your emotions shape your decisions. That's why the moment you start speaking abundance, your actions begin to align with that energy. Now, once you shift your mindset, the next step is building multiple streams of income. You cannot depend on one job forever. One income is too close to none. If your salary is your only source of income, then your future depends on someone else's decision. The rich understand that money should work for them, not the other way around. You can start with small side hustles, maybe selling online, offering a skill, or creating digital content. The goal isn't to get rich overnight, but to create systems that earn even when you rest. That's how you multiply your wealth. Let me share this truth. You don't need a lot of money to start, you just need to start smart. Don't wait for the perfect time. Start small but think big. Even a seed, when planted, doesn't look powerful, but give it time, and it becomes a tree that feeds generations. Don't be ashamed of humble beginnings. The first coin you save, the first small business you open, the first client you serve, that's your foundation. The Bible reminds us, "Do not despise small beginnings, for the Lord rejoices to see the work begin." Patience is your secret weapon. Most people give up too soon. They plant today and expect to harvest tomorrow. But the wealthy know that real growth takes time. Saving, investing, and building are long games. When you save, you're not losing, you're learning control. When you invest, you're not just buying assets, you're buying time and freedom. The rich don't chase trends. They build habits. They understand that money flows to those who know how to manage it. Now, let's talk about fear, the silent killer of dreams. Fear of failure, fear of risk, fear of what people might say. But here's the thing. Failure is not the opposite of success. It's part of it. Every successful person you admire has failed, sometimes many times, but they never stayed down. They saw failure as feedback, not as the end. If you fail, learn. If you lose money, analyze. Every mistake is tuition in the school of wealth. What matters most is that you never stop trying. There's a verse that says, "For God has not given us the spirit of fear, but of power, love, and a sound mind." That means you have everything inside you already to win: strength, wisdom, and courage. Fear only has power if you feed it. So feed your faith instead. Every time you act despite fear, you grow stronger. Now, once you overcome fear, it's time to create your long-term success plan. This is where vision meets discipline. Don't just dream, write it down. Create a roadmap for your finances. Ask yourself, where do I want to be 5 years from now? What kind of lifestyle do I want to live? What kind of legacy do I want to leave behind? Then work backward. Save a little each month, invest consistently, build assets that produce income, and protect what you've earned through knowledge and humility. Success is not just about the money you make. It's about the person you become. Because wealth without wisdom leads to destruction. That's why gratitude is important. No matter how much or how little you have right now, be thankful. Gratitude attracts more blessings. The Bible says, "Whoever can be trusted with little can also be trusted with much." If you handle small resources well, bigger ones will come. There will be days you'll feel tired, days when progress feels slow, days when you'll question if it's worth it. But remember, every great story had a chapter of struggle. The difference between those who made it and those who didn't is that they kept going. Success is not a straight road. It's full of turns, delays, and tests. But those tests are what shape your character and prepare you for the blessing ahead. So when you feel discouraged, remind yourself why you started. Remind yourself that your family's future depends on the seeds you plant today. Don't give up because it's hard. Keep going because it's worth it. Every small victory counts. Every disciplined decision builds momentum. Let me remind you of something important. This journey isn't just about money. It's about freedom, peace, and purpose. It's about creating a life that you don't need a vacation from. It's about waking up knowing you're doing something meaningful, something that grows. And if this message is touching your heart, if it's reminding you that you have the power to change your story, then I invite you to subscribe to this channel. Not for me, but for you, because every day you deserve to feed your mind with hope, strategy, and wisdom that brings you closer to the life you desire. Now, I want you to comment below your biggest dream or financial goal. Speak it into existence. Write it as if it's already on its way, because what you declare, you attract. Your words carry power, and your faith gives it direction. You might be starting from zero, but remember, every successful person once started exactly where you are now. Confused, uncertain, and scared. The difference is they decided to move anyway. They turned pain into purpose, struggle into strength, and dreams into plans. And so can you. So from this day on, promise yourself, I will not let fear stop me. I will not let excuses hold me. I will live with purpose, build with patience, and walk with faith. Because the secret to long-term wealth and freedom is not luck. It's mindset, discipline, and consistency. And before we end, I'll tell you this. Never forget to stay humble even when you win. Wealth is a blessing, but character keeps it. Be generous, share your knowledge, help others rise. Because true success is not measured by how much you keep, but by how much you give. When you wake up tomorrow, don't just wish for a better life, build it. One choice at a time, one habit at a time, and one day you'll look back and realize the life you prayed for, you already live it. That's the power of faith, wisdom, and consistent action. Thank you for spending this time with me today. Remember, your journey to financial freedom starts with one simple decision. The decision to believe you can. Keep moving forward, keep learning, and keep shining. Because your story isn't over yet. It's just beginning. And if you found value in this message, don't forget to subscribe so you never miss another talk that feeds your mind and spirit. You are meant for greatness. Don't stop until you get there.